7th largest school district in the country, we're so fortunate to serve a very diverse population in languages and cultures. Here's a brief look at the focus of our HISD Multilingual Department.
HISD is the largest school district in Texas, with an enrollment of more than 211,000 students. More than 62,000 of those students, or 30%, are English language learners, or ELLs. Educating English language learners presents unique challenges not present in regular classrooms. In addition to ensuring student mastery of content, teachers must also be language experts so that their students' level of English proficiency increases each year. Bilingual education programs serve almost 70% of HISD's ELL population. HISD offers 2 pathways for English language learners who qualify for bilingual education: dual language and the Transitional Bilingual Program model. The 2 pathways focus on different goals for students. Dual language programs focus on students becoming bilingual and biliterate. Currently, the district offers English-Spanish dual language at 28 schools. There are plans for continued expansion next school year. The goal of the Transitional Bilingual Program model is to ensure students master English so that they can eventually succeed in all English classes. In the Transitional Bilingual Program, students develop literacy first in their native language and gradually become more immersed in English content as their English proficiency increases. Once transitional students meet program exit criteria, they are reclassified as non-ELL and begin receiving services in the mainstream classroom. Students participating in dual language remain in the program even if they meet exit criteria. ESL programs serve approximately 20% of HISD's ELL population. ELLs at the elementary level, whose native language is not Spanish, are taught in English by an ESL certified teacher in all content areas. Similar to the Transitional Bilingual Program, the goal is also to get students to meet state exit criteria. At the secondary school level, students are enrolled in either an ESL program or HISD's Newcomer Program. Most secondary ELLs are taught by an ESL certified teacher only in language arts. These students typically have been in the U.S. more than 2 years. The Newcomer Program provides accelerated language instruction to immigrant students during their first 2 years of enrollment in U.S. schools. These students receive instruction in all content areas by an ESL certified teacher. Whether through the Transitional Program model, the Dual Language Program, the Newcomer Program, or traditional ESL services, the goal is to provide English language learners with differentiated language-based instruction so that they can succeed in all content areas and develop English proficiency at the same time. For more information about HISD's ELL programs, please contact the HISD Multilingual Programs Department at 713-556-6961.
Joining me now are the managers of the Multilingual Department, Evelyn Castro and Jennifer Alexander. Jennifer, can you tell me how the multilingual programs support HISD?
Our department supports all the HISD schools through program guidelines that we create for all the different program models that we support. We provide training to our administrators, to our teachers, to our LEP clerks, to our registrars, to our new upcoming administrators. We coordinate within all the HISD departments to ensure that our ELL students get the support that they need. We provide data reports out on student progress in English and how they're doing on STAR. We develop different initiatives to help support them in different ways. We collaborate with the school office, and we also collaborate with the teacher development specialists to ensure that we have wonderful support on our campuses in the area of instruction for our students.
Great. So, Evelyn, we're talking about ELL and LEP. What does that mean? What is an English language learner? Can you tell our audience, describe that particular type of student to us?
Sure. An English language learner is a student whose first language is another language other than English and who's not proficient in English. And those are the type of students that we're working with. English language learner is a term that we use to identify the student.
So in HISD, could you describe the ELL students that we have in our campuses throughout HISD?
Sure. Out of the 215,000 students, more than 215,000 students that we presently have, over 64,000 students have been identified as English language learners. This is about a third of our student population.
Wow, so we have a student population of about 215,000, and of that we've got 60,000 plus that are English language.
64,000 plus, right.
64,000 plus. So what type of programs do we offer our ELL students?
We offer bilingual education and we offer English as a second language. So basically 2 programs. Under the bilingual education, we have the Transitional Bilingual Program model, and we also have dual language. For the Transitional Bilingual Program, basically it's a program that's offered to students whose first language is Spanish. The goal of the program is to enable students to be competent in the listening, speaking, reading, and writing of English through the development of their primary language as well as English. And so we began the development with the primary language, and we also gradually, of course, develop English as well. For the English as a second language program, the goal is basically the same, is for students to become competent in listening, speaking, reading, and writing in English. And that program is offered at the elementary level as well as the secondary level.
Okay, so Jennifer, what's the difference between the particular types of ESL programs that we offer at the elementary and the secondary level?
Well, essentially at the elementary level, a student would be in a classroom with a teacher who's certified all day long and would be getting the ELL language support during the reading and writing time of the day, and also during the content areas when the student is learning science and social studies. At the secondary level, most of our students are receiving the support in their ELA class. And some of our teachers also have been trained in secondary methodologies in the content areas. So it's a little bit different.
Okay. And we also had, you know, because not everyone's familiar with all of these different types of learning environments. We have dual language, which you just described. And so we have dual language in Chinese, Mandarin, Arabic immersion, and also in Spanish. Can you tell us, what does it mean to be in a dual language school?
Sure. The goal of the dual language program is for students to become bilingual and biliterate. In becoming bilingual and biliterate, we're adding an additional skills to students to help students be successful in competing in a global market economy.
So what is HISD's plans for increasing the number of dual language schools in the future?
We are expanding the program rather rapidly. So we have, currently we have 26 schools, elementary schools that are in the program. We have 2 K-8 schools, 2 middle schools, and 1 high school. That adds up to 31 schools currently. And then for next year, we're adding 20 elementary schools plus 1 early childhood center. So we're talking about 52 total schools by 2015-2016.
Wow. So Jennifer, we have a very diverse population in HISD, and this year many immigrant students are enrolled in HISD. What kind of services do we offer newcomers in HISD?
Well, our newcomer students will receive their support for their English language development. They also receive an extra reading course. We've been providing a lot of extra training for the teachers because the numbers have increased so dramatically this year. In fact, we're opening up a newcomer division within our department to help provide extra support and extra programming for next year. So we're really excited about that new initiative.
So in September, I had an opportunity to listen to Sonia Nazario make a presentation about her book, Enrique's Journey. And as a part of her visit, we had a wonderful opportunity to speak to some students at Las Americas. And so what kind of support services do we offer to students that come in from war-torn regions such as Syria, or from areas of such tremendous civil and political unrest such as what's going on in Central America today?
Well, our department coordinates with the school psychologist department, and so when children, or if children are needing some extra support, we work with them. We actually provide translation if there are issues that come up and they need support that way. We also provide some support with some social workers that we have within the refugee population. And I know Las Americas, for instance, has a social worker assigned to her staff. So, you know, the schools look at the children individually, and then we'd help the schools develop what they need to have as far as personnel to support.
If you had a wish list and there was one thing that you could change in how we serve our ESL LEP population, what would it be?
I would love to have a beautiful brand new school for newcomers in HISD. If I had my wish list, that's the one thing that I would ask for.
And you, Evelyn, what would you do?
I would just ask that we continue to strive to excel in our support, and I think that we should never feel like we have arrived. There's always room for growth. And how can we be better every day as a professional to ensure that we are supporting our students to reach their potential?
So Jennifer, how can someone find more information about the services that your department offers?
I would suggest they just go on to the HISD website and click in Multilingual Department. We also have, you know, please call us. I always tell everybody when I train, call us. Our phone number is 713-556-6961. We are there to support our ELs, and in any way that we can do that. It's wonderful.
Well, thank you very much for joining me today, and it's been fantastic learning more about your program.
Thank you.
Thank you.